Welcome back to the Bar Chord Masterclass. Now, the whole point of everything that we're learning is so that you'll be able to play through chord progressions in any key to all your favorite songs. So in this lesson, we're going to learn a really important chord progression using the E major bar chord shape, and we're going to do it in the key of G. Now, the name of this chord progression is called 1-4-5, and if that confuses you, if you're like, what are you talking about, then definitely take a look back at the Guitar Foundations course and go through that.
We're going to give you a quick review and rundown of the key of G major and how keys work real quick, but like Chelsea said, if you don't understand what's going on here, just go back and review the theory lessons and Guitar Foundations. But let's take the key of G major as an example. G major scale, any major scale has 7 notes in it. A G major scale is spelled G, A, B, C, D, E, and F sharp, 7 notes. The first, fourth, and fifth notes of any major scale have major chords that go along with them. So the first, fourth, and fifth notes in a G major are G, C, and D. So you'll have a G, C, and D major chord in the key of G major. And the second, third, and sixth notes of any major scale naturally have a minor chord that go along with them. So in the key of G, you would have an A minor for your 2, B minor for your 3, and your 6th note of the scale will be an E, so have an E minor. That leaves you with these chords in the key of G major. G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor. I can't play it up there, so I'm going to go back down to an E minor. Then the 7 is a bit of an oddball. Don't worry about the 7 chord, the one based on the 7th scale degree. It's a diminished chord and it's really not used that often. For now, the main thing is that you realize that all we're doing is taking the 1, 4, and 5, like Chelsea said, that 1, 4, 5 progression out of the key of G major, pulling those 1, 4, 5 notes out of the scale. G, C is 4, D is 5, and slapping major chords with them. And that's exactly what we're going to play. In order to do that, all you have to do is find those 3 notes on your low E string, the G, C, and D notes, and then plug your E major bar chord in with those locations, and that'll give you a 1-4-5 progression in the key of G major. And I'll play it for you, and you will have heard this 1,000 times in every style of music you can think of. So G, C, D, and I just committed a big no-no. I went and it squeaked all the way down. Don't do that. When you move this bar chord around, lift your finger up and get rid of that squeak. Anyway, so the note locations for this are, hopefully by now you know the 3rd fret is a G, right? So that's going to be your G major, your 1. Now where's a C on the low E string? It's going to be up here on the 8th fret. So all you have to do, 8th fret bar, let the rest of your shape fall in place. It gives you a C major using the E shape. And then we need a 5 now, which is a D because of our scale. A D is right up here, 1 step above the 4 or the C. And all you have to do is put your bar on that 10th fret and then let the rest of your shape fall in place to play a D major. And that is it. That gives you a 1, G, 4, C, 5, D major in the key of G. So your first kind of step here is to just memorize where those notes are. G, 3rd fret, C, 8th fret, D, 10th fret. Just memorize where those are cold, just by sight. Say the note names out loud. G, 3rd fret, C, 8th fret, D, 10th fret. Once you have that down, then just start plugging in your chords and building that coordination to hit that next chord accurately and smoothly, and then the next one, the D. And what you're going to have to do is from this G, you're going to have to look up before you make the move, and then move. So you can do it accurately. Same thing, look up before you make the move, and then play that D.
To help with this, we have a fun little jam track available, so you can play through that. All it is the G, C, D progression over and over again. So how it works is there will be 2 measures of G, 2 measures of C, 2 measures of D, and then back to G again for 2 measures. That's 8 measures in total. And the reason we have 2 measures of each chord is so that you can use that second measure as kind of a rest period so you can find your next position, your next chord. If you're feeling confident, if you feel like, okay, I got this, then you can play through that second measure and keep going. And it's up to you depending on how confident you feel with your strumming. If you want to do whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes, just Yeah, whatever you feel comfortable with.
So if you need to stop this video and take some time to get these root note locations down and then work on, getting through those shapes out of time without a steady beat, without a jam track or metronome or anything, now's the time to do that. But I'm gonna pull the jam track up here and just play through this with you and walk you through it at 70 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, G. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can stop and move to the next. 3, 4, C. 2, 3, 4. Stop and move to the D. 3, 4, D. 2, 3, 4. Put the rest in there. 3, 4, and then G. And if you're feeling confident, then there's one more measure. 3, 4. You can play through both measures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then C. 2, 3, 4. And I switch to quarter notes there. Then to D. Another measure of D. Back to a G. And what you're shooting for is this right here. 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, just 8 notes. All the way up to C. Get ready for D. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to G. So that's exactly how you want to practice this, and you're going to need to work up to it as far as, memorizing the root note locations and then working on moving that around smoothly without a metronome or jam track. And then the ultimate goal, the pièce de résistance. I didn't say that right. How do you say it?
Pièce de résistance.
She speaks French. I don't. That's what you're going to be working for. And the cool thing about this, the best thing about being able to move this chord around, again, I think I said this in the last lesson, but it's true. You can play things like F sharp, F, B flat, C sharp, major chords that you're going to need to play through your favorite songs, and that is really the payoff for this.
Well, that's it for this lesson, so here are your assignments. 1. Review the key of G major and memorize which chords are major and which chords are minor. 2. Memorize the G, C, and D root locations on the E string. 3. Play through the G, C, and D progression using the E major bar chord shape. 4. Play through the G, C, D progression using the jam track or a metronome. 5. Move the E major bar chord shape to some more obscure locations such as B flat, B, F sharp, or C sharp.
And that's it. This one may take you a while to get down because this is kind of the ultimate goal of the first module of the Bar Chord Masterclass. So if you need any help or if you have any questions, you can leave some comments here. Email us at support@guitarfam.com or schedule a one-on-one private lesson with me. The first one is complimentary so we can get things ironed out for you and make sure you're on the right track.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us, learning with us, practicing with us. We are on the home stretch. We only have one lesson left in this particular module. So the next lesson, we're going to learn some alternate shapes that we can use for this E major bar chord shape.
See you later.